Hi, my name is Brian Guffey, and I'm here today with Dr. Holley Schmitt, one of the original users of the Ultroz system. Now, Holley, you were introduced to Ultroz back in 2010 at WAG, while you were still at Hagerty Equipment. What were some of the things that first attracted you to the system?
I liked the size of it, that it was portable, and I liked the safety features of it. I've known the benefits of ultrasound therapy, but the high-intensity machines take a lot of training, and there can be safety issues with it. So it was nice that this was a small and safe system.
Great. Now, Ultroz is using an ultrasound therapy. What specifically is great about ultrasound?
Ultrasound is a great therapy for healing. It increases the blood flow in an area. You get increased healing factors in that area. So ultrasound is sound waves. The mechanical waves will break down scar tissue as well. So besides healing acute injuries, it's very good for some old chronic things as well, to get healing going, to increase elasticity in an area, to really, bring in what you need to heal tissue.
Absolutely. Okay, and you've been using it for about 2 years now, so what are the top conditions that you would use it for?
Used it on a lot of things. I had very good luck with it on splints, both fractured splint bones and pop splints, ligament injuries, especially the chronic high suspensories. It's very good on those. Tendon injuries. We've been using it on some arthritic joints as well, and seeing really good results on that. I've been putting it on some navicular horses and some necks, and a lot of different conditions.
So really, mostly a whole host of soft tissue injuries.
Soft tissue and some bony injuries as well.
Okay. And for who would you actually recommend the Ultroz system to? Riders, or vets, or therapists?
All three. All three would use it a little differently. The nice thing about the system is you don't have to have a therapist there or a vet there to actually apply the therapy, but it's good for vets and therapists to know about it and recommend it to their clients. But it is something that's easy to use for clients, for grooms and barn managers, because of the safety. It's portable, they can take it with them to shows and different events, and it's safe.
Great. And what are some of the advantages of using this system over some of the other therapeutic alternatives?
Compared to the high-intensity ultrasounds, like I said before, you need a lot of training on the settings to use, on how to use it, and you have to sit there and apply it. The same with lasers. Laser therapy is different than ultrasound therapy, but they both increase healing. This system, because of the safety with it, you can just put it on and leave the horse in the stall and not have to take the time to sit there and apply the therapy.
Great. Now, can you tell me about some of the examples, just most recently, where you've used the system with positive results?
Yeah. Let's see, most recently I've had one horse that had some chronic scar tissue on the annular ligament in the fetlock and would come out stiff every day. We put it on her before she rode, and she came out a lot more sound after a week of using it. They said she was coming out more sound and more relaxed every day, and then after a month or so they weren't even having to use it every day. They were using it every few days with great results. A case with some problems in a tendon sheath and some wind pops, where we're doing that. It's a Grand Prix horse where we're keeping him going, putting it on every day. You see decrease in the inflammation in the tendon sheath and the wind puff, and it really makes a big difference in that horse. And I also used it in another Grand Prix horse on a hip. I've been acupuncturing the horse, and he had gotten a little bit refractory to the needles, and we taped them, used elasticon to tape it on the hip, and then put the battery pack up between the SIs, and 3 days later he was not sensitive on that hip at all, and ended up being fourth in that Grand Prix that week. So made a big difference.
That's awesome.
On him. Mm-hmm.
And about how long does it usually take to see some results?
You should see some results in the first day or so of treatment. For full healing, it depends on the injury. If it's some smaller, old stuff, you're going to see full results probably in a week or so. For healing acute injuries, obviously, that's going to take a lot longer.
And are there any other devices like this, wearable ultrasound, on the market right now?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
And you've said multiple times it's safe. I mean, how safe is it? Can I just leave it on and
Yeah, it's very safe. The machine's built with a temperature sensor in it, so if someone someone forgets to put the ultrasound gel on or something happens, it's going to turn itself off before it's going to injure tissue with heat. Because it's the low intensity continuous waves, you're not getting the thermal buildup in the tissues anyway. So you can leave it you can leave it on the length of the battery without any safety issues. And obviously, if a horse takes it apart or something, there's no damage to it. I mean, you may find the pieces of it, but
Hi, my name's Dr. I'm based in Lexington, Kentucky. I've been using Ultroz now for about a year. I started using it initially on my top Grand Prix horse because he had a rather inflamed wind puff on his left front fetlock. I've seen huge improvements on it. The wind puff will never go away. However, after each competition, it does get more and more inflamed with the more work that he does. So the first thing we do, besides ice, is put the Ultroz on it for 4 hours a day. I mean, that's now a staple to his program. Within a couple days, that wind puff has gone almost all the way down and doesn't arise until he goes into strenuous work again. I mean, also on a couple other horses, I've used it for an inflamed splint, which is really aggravated. It gets aggravated a lot, and the Ultroz has really taken all the inflammation and the sensitivity out of that splint as well. Within a day, I've seen that sort of results. I really don't think in the future I can live without this product. I mean, I use numerous other products like magnetic blanket and ice and all those things. However, this is an unbelievable addition to that formula. Every horse in general has something wrong with it. I mean, we work our horses so hard and they compete so much that every horse has a use for this product. I mean, whether it be a splint or a wind puff or their hocks being a little sore or inflamed or a bruise or a bone bruise or anything along those lines, the Ultroz has no insignificant uses. I mean, it can be used in a good manner for all those purposes on any horse at any given time.